Ассалаумағалейкум, азиз достар. Бүгін New Action оқу орайымызда австралиялық меймандар бар. Hamda biz бүгін интервью алып бара жатырмыз. Қызықты сұраулар болады. Бізді көруде давам етіңіз. Okay, how old are you guys?
24.
24 years.
And 25.
25. Wow, that's really young.
Yeah.
It's great.
You're younger.
Is it expensive to live in Australia?
Yes.
Very expensive, yeah. Australia is one of the most expensive countries in the world to live in. But if you are on a working visa and you can find work in Australia, it is very well paid. So in the end, it kind of works out.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. The second question is, have you seen kangaroos?
Yes, many kangaroos.
Well, if you live out in the kind of remote parts of Australia, you will see them every day.
Yeah, they can be in people's backyards. They're actually a pest for a lot of farmers too.
Are they friendly though?
I
For the
mean,
most part,
yes.
Yeah.
but they can do damage.
Yes.
They're very strong.
Yeah, they kick with their feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is the weather like there?
Well, it's very hot mostly, but we do have winters that can get quite cold. We get snow in Australia in some places, but in like the desert, it can be in summer like 40 degrees or higher.
Australia is a very diverse country when it comes to the environment. We have very cold, very hot, very windy, we have fires, we have every weather condition in the world in one island.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. What type of transport is popular there?
Cars.
Cars. What about like public transport?
In cities, trains, buses, trams.
Even cycling is possible in some of the cities, but to get from one city to another, you pretty much either fly or drive.
It's very common for people outside of cities to just drive everywhere because public transport is non-existent.
The main issue is Australia is so large that, for example, to drive from one side of the country to the other, you're looking at 42 hours of driving.
Yeah.
long drive.
What Australian food is worth trying? Like, which one do you like most?
Meat pies and fairy bread are the two big ones.
My favourite food, like snacking, is Tim Tams. They're chocolate biscuits.
Most people are scared of traveling. They're scared they might have a financial crisis or something. How did you start? Were you scared at first? What emotions did you like experience?
It's always nervous, like nerve-wracking to leave where you feel comfortable.
Of course.
But I've been saving up a lot of money this year just to be able to not work for a while. So I didn't really feel stress in that sense. Yeah.
I'd say the most important thing is to leave all your bills behind and try and have as little expenses as possible while traveling.
We moved out of our apartment in Sydney, so we're not paying rent anymore.
How many countries have you visited so far?
On this trip?
Yeah. Like since when you started?
Yeah.
In my life, I've visited 16 countries.
Wow.
And I think
But this trip you've done...
this trip I've done 4 so far. 5 so far, yeah.
And I've done India, Nepal, Uzbekistan
Okay.
so far.
That's great. So the next question is, which country did you enjoy the most visiting?
I feel like if we don't say Uzbekistan, we're going to...
No, that's totally fine actually.
Uzbekistan, yeah.
For me, in terms of nature, it was Nepal. But in terms of food and culture, it's been Uzbekistan.
The buildings here are amazing. The The architecture, everything. It's amazing.
That's really good to hear. How much do you usually spend, like when you visit a country?
Every single country is different when it comes to how much you're going to spend.
It depends on the exchange rate, like how much $1 is to whatever.
And it also depends if you're staying in expensive hotels or if you're staying in very cheap hotels. We try to keep things as cheap as possible, so I would estimate around $1,000 a week. Oh, less than that, actually.
We've spent about $1,000 a year.
Scratch that. In Uzbekistan, we probably spent $1,000 in
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. What is the most enjoyable part of traveling?
The food, for me, trying different cuisines, and
For me, it's challenging myself and overcoming those challenges. I find that is it's just fantastic. I really, really enjoy meeting new cultures, new people, new foods, new environments. Everything like that is just makes travel so much fun and so interesting.
just meeting people. That's my favorite.
Do you travel with a translator? If not, how do you communicate with the locals?
In Uzbekistan, it's been very hard because we don't speak Uzbek, Russian, Karakalpak. So we just use Google Translate, and we speak into it. We get other people to speak into it.
Or even with menus or signs, the Google Translate application, you can take a photo of a sign and it will translate it for you. So that feels like cheating, but sometimes you will come across someone that can help you that speaks English and the local language. So that helps a lot.
Yeah. Did you have a culture shock here or somewhere when you visited?
In Delhi, in India, for sure. Just seeing how people interact with each other and how it's very much like very efficient. It's like straight to the point. If you need something from someone, you'll just ask them straight away. Whereas in Australia, we're very polite. I feel like we're like, hello, how are you? Good. Would you mind if we did, like it's a lot of fluff. And also the amount of people in Delhi was very overwhelming.
What did you like the most here in Uzbekistan?
Well, is amazing. But also, the architecture, all the buildings from all the different influences of the Silk Road and all the other countries around Uzbekistan that influence the architecture and everything. That has been mind-blowing.
I really liked Pokhara.
Yeah.
Pokhara. That was so interesting. We just spent a day there, but walking through all the madrasas and
It's an ancient city.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Would you mind sharing your Instagram accounts?
Of course. Yeah.
You'll find them below the screen.
Right here.
Right here.
Okay. So that was a New Action Center.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.